Hey guys, I want to show you how to break down the GSG. I forgot to mention in the first part that it has a fully adjustable trigger. I don't know if you can see that screw right there, but the little tiny Allen wrench that comes in the package of parts you get is for adjusting that trigger. So you can set it to whatever poundage you like. The second Allen is for setting the screws, the set screws on top of your sights. So that's what those guys are for. And then the last one is actually your takedown. And that goes in that Allen right there. And so to take it down, you're simply going to loosen this guy all the way and thread her out. And she's a pretty good size bolt there, so she's going to have to thread out for a minute. So that comes out, and then you're just going to take it back to the takedown notch like you would on any 1911, and you're going to pop out. If you can, you're going to get it to pop out. Might need to get a little assistance there. There we go. And that is a very standard, matter of fact, it is a regular 1911 45 caliber slide stop. And then the last thing is, see that right there, that little plug? That's actually a bolt, and you can push it from this side, and it has a little lip so you can get a hold of it. And again, you may need to push on it a little bit, but that comes out. So you have two additional steps. You have a threaded bolt and then a little pin that has to come out. Once those are out, the whole upper can slide apart. Now, it is a very traditional breakdown at that point. Swing your barrel bushing out of the way, and there you go. Take your cap off. Now, you'll notice that this spring is tapered. It is smaller on this end and fatter on this end. That fat end must be toward the muzzle. If it is not, you will lock this gun up. That would be the one and only thing that I think they could have done a little differently with this design. That caused me some big time trouble the first time I took apart and reassembled this gun. But it's not insurmountable, it's just kind of a pain in the butt. But now that you know, you shouldn't have that problem. You basically have a full length guide rod. It does have a rubber insert. They say that those wear out, but in 5,000 rounds, you can tell that that has very little wear. So maybe if you were shooting tens of thousands of rounds a month in competition, maybe. Pretty standard barrel bushing. And then your barrel. You can see that it has the extractor built into it, or the ejector rather. And there's the 3 slots. I mean, there's your standard takedown pin. But then here's your threaded hole, and there's your pin. And then, of course, there's your, I don't know if I can get it off by hand. There is your thread for your suppressors. And there you go. So, that's that. Now, reassembly is just reverse the process. Oh, let me show you the inside of the gun first, okay? Let me show you. So you might want to see that. It looks very similar, obviously. It is not an exact, but it is very, very close. A very faithful reproduction. And then you can see the inside of the slide. All right, guys. And so then, to put it back together, make sure that your barrel thread protector is back in there and nice and tight. Then you slide your barrel back in. And then you can go ahead and take your barrel bushing and put it back on. And make sure that it is in and secured. And then at this point, you can go ahead and put your spring in. And remember, see how it's tapered, smaller on this end and wide on that end? Well, that's exactly what you want to do. You want that wide end toward the muzzle. So it should look like that. You want the wide end toward the muzzle. And so then you grab your cap, put it back on, very similar to a 1911, and it'll lock it back in place. And then, just like a full-length guide rod center fire pistol, you can put the upper back on. You put that pin in first, okay? So that way it is, put the pin in first, and then it's captured by the takedown lever. All right. So that's the 2 steps, and then the last step, the third step, is you put the threaded bolt back in. And that's all there is to it. So remember, guys, 2 extra steps, the threaded bolt and then the cross bolt right here on either side of the takedown. And that's that. Very, very similar. Clean it the same way, obviously. But that's all she wrote. And again, for the price, you just cannot beat this little gun. I mean, this is an amazing training tool. So, thanks for watching. See you next time.
Be safe and be good.